Hey everyone, I'm now live for my first ever acting for first ever live stream about acting and stuff. I'm so excited to be able to talk to you guys. Finally, I've gotten so many comments about why I'm not posting, and I apologize. It's just a lot of things have happened. My camera broke, my Mac broke, and my phone doesn't take good quality stuff, but it's okay. Today I am going to... A lot of things have happened.
Whoa.
My camera broke, my Mac broke, and my phone doesn't take good quality stuff, but it's okay. Alright. Sorry, that was something else going on. I just had the browser open. Anyway, today I'm going to be answering your questions, all of you guys' questions on auditions and acting, and my first acting job, which is mainly what this video is about, because a lot of you guys asked me about it, what happened, what's it like on set, things like that. So I'm just going to go through, talk about how I got the job, what happened there, what it was like on the job, and then I'm going to answer. If people leave questions, you can leave questions. If you go to the side and you go to the group chat, you can ask me questions about acting and stuff, because I really want to answer your questions. This video is for you guys. So as far as I know, I don't have anything, so I'm going to just pull up my list on my list of things to talk about to make sure I'm staying on point. Okay, last month in 2015, I had my first ever acting job, which means I did it and I got paid. And I think it takes, sometimes for some people it takes at least like up to a year to get to that status, but that happened to me and I was just so amazed. A lot of exciting things have been happening to me, and if you go follow me on Instagram at Marie Tagbo, then you can find out the stuff that's been happening to me. But anyway, so my first ever acting job, how I got it, I submitted on Backstage.com. Backstage, I know some of you guys know this, but they have like a magazine where they post tons of helpful acting tips, and they have their casting part. So I have actually won a free subscription with them. I was doing one of their Twitter live chat things, and I won a free subscription for a year, and I think that's about to end, but that's okay. But I won a free subscription, and so I've been using that they'll send me daily emails of parts of casting calls that fit my description in my area. So I just look at them every day, and I see which ones I can do and which ones I can't do, and I submit to the ones that I can do. And this one happened to be in Chicago, and I don't live in Chicago. I live about 6 hours away from Chicago, so I usually don't take auditions for Chicago, but this one was paying, which means it could pay for gas and hotel. I'm like, okay, let me talk about this with my mom. She agreed. She was like, okay, go for it. So I submitted, and my friend says to mention her in her live stream. So hi, Ashley. Hi. Anyway, so so I submitted. The director replied to me, which was cool because they'll reply if he's interested. And he's like, okay, well, we'll invite you to audition if you can make sure that you can actually come. So I checked with my mom. She was like, sure. Then he sent me the script. It's a commercial sort of thing, and he sent me the script. It was for a girl my age, my type, and the character was kind of like me, and he sent it to me, so I practiced it for a week or 2 weeks, I can't remember, and I filmed it. I filmed it on this background, sent it in, and I didn't hear back anything for a month. So I figured I didn't get the part, And then a month later, he's like, "Congratulations, you got the role of this person." And I was like, "What?" And I was sitting with my mom and my brother, and I just kind of screamed. I'm like, I, yeah, and we were just all kind of shocked and surprised. So that was pretty cool. So he was like, okay, he gave us a couple of schedules for like a couple of available dates, and we went back and forth on the dates to make sure that it was a good day. It was really scary because my mom works, and some of the times conflicted with her work schedule and stuff. So, but God helped us like find, like, it was really cool because he helped us find the perfect day. That was awesome. What happened? So, but the weird thing was I had a Christmas party the day before I had to leave. So the Christmas party, I got home at 12. I had to wake up at 5 to go to Chicago the next day, but I was totally cool with it. I mean, I love acting, and there's so much that I'm willing to sacrifice, even my sleep, just to be able to go and participate and act, because it's just part of who I am. We had to double check on permits, because once you get paid for a role, they're going to need permits to make sure that everything's in order, that you can work, because you're working now. And if you're a minor, they're going to need permission from the government and stuff. So I had to go get permits. I got them just in time to be able to go and still film. So I brought that with me to Chicago. We had to go back and forth on wardrobe. I went shopping from Charlotte Russe and got a couple of different outfits just to make sure, because his client had a specific look that he wanted, and I had to make sure that I matched that. So a couple of things that they wanted. They didn't want logos. So usually, just tip, they don't usually like logos or slogans or shorts or like short dresses. Usually they also don't like striped things, because it makes the camera sees it weird. So just a little tip for you guys. And they also don't like, especially they don't like green, because if they use a green screen, it's going to change. You're gonna end up looking invisible. So that's just another tip. What it was like on set. So I traveled 3 hours to Chicago. It wasn't quite Chicago. It was kind of like the suburbs of Chicago, so it was a little closer than we thought, which was amazing. I got there we got there about an hour early. We went and ate some Chinese food before we went to the place. Chip, I wouldn't recommend eating Chinese food because it makes you really sluggish and tired, and it's not fun. So don't do that. But it was really nice. We found the building. We got there 30 minutes early, which is always good, because when you're 30 minutes early, you get time to breathe, to relax. It's awesome. So, we went there. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. We went there, got there 30 minutes early. The director came out, and he was very nice. And so they weren't quite ready for us yet. So we went and we sat in like their lobby area, and while they set up in this other room. And then he came, he said hi to me and my mom, and just talked a little bit about details and things. And then he went and called me into like the film room. And the film room is it had like tons of lights. It was very, not completely like professional. It wasn't like 3 cameras surrounding me. It was just like 1 camera. Behind it were a whole bunch of different kinds of lights and film equipment. And behind me was like a green screen. So I stood, there were wood floors. I stood, and I basically just stood like this while he adjusted things and lights on me. I have no idea what it looked like. I haven't even seen it yet. And after he adjusted it, he brought the mic close to my face. It was like right here, but they couldn't let the camera see it. But anyway, he adjusted it, made sure it worked, and then he sent me off, and I waited, which was fine with me, because I needed a chance just to go over the lines, practice them again, that kind of stuff. Then he called me back, and it was basically time to film, but they still adjusted a few more things. It's the term "hurry up and wait" that you hear a lot. Yes, it's completely true. Hurry up and wait. You get there, you rush to get there, and you wait, and you rush to get to. They rush you back, and then you wait some more, and then you film, stuff like that. But anyway, he had an assistant, so what they said that they were going to do was go line by line and read the lines back to me, and then I would repeat them, which was nice. Even though I had them completely memorized, it just helped. So it helped, I don't know. So it was nerve-wracking, I guess, to have a camera there, but when you're prepared, it's not too bad, especially if you just relax and forget about the camera being there and you just talk like you're talking to your friend, or I'm talking to you guys. And that was awesome. I usually do things better, so that I would say my line, they're like, perfect, that's great, and they would just move on. Because I usually do things better the first time than I do it the second time. So I think they're kind of happy about that. They're like, oh, you know what? You did everything right. Everything was perfect, but we're just going to do it again. And when they had me do it again, that's when I kind of got shaky. I don't know why. A couple of tips if you're on set. One, bring water with you, because this had never happened to me before. Haha, see? I'm pulling up my water cup. Whenever you're on set, people, you tend to get really thirsty, and your voice will start to get raspy, and that's just not good. So make sure you bring water with you. Also, have your lines completely memorized, because Ashley will know about this. My second movie, I played this character who she had quite a few lines. I mean, she didn't talk for most of the movie, but then she starts to talk. And I didn't work on my lines like I should have. So I could have played and had a much more memorable performance if I had really worked on them, because now I was just saying it off the top of my head and I hadn't worked on it like I should have. So always know your lines inside and out. And make sure the clothes that you're wearing are very, very comfortable, and that will definitely help. Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. I had so much fun. It was quick, which was nice. It was just an hour in and out. The drive was nice. He had my mom sign this extra piece of paperwork, which I didn't really know what that meant, but it was still good. They had to give me some directions. They would be like, okay, well, maybe you should say this, stop here and then go here. But most of the time, they kind of just let me do my thing, which was nice, because that's the main part of the director. A director has to choose good actors. So if they choose good actors, then 90% of the work is done for them. They only have to direct a little bit. So your job as an actor or an actress is to be a good actor or actress, and that will make them more likely to choose you. And if you fit the part, then they won't have to give you too much direction. They'll just kind of guide you in the right way. So things I learned that a professional, the main thing about being on set, especially if you're being paid, is to be professional. Like, be professional, know your thing, and do your job well, because they hired you to do a job. And it really matters how well you do, because like he said, he was going to keep me like in his he had like a book of actors that he'd worked with, and so that way, in case another role came up that I could play, they would call me in to audition again, which is great, which means I've built a relationship with this director, and he knows me, he knows that I do good work, and he knows the kind of work that I do, and now next time he has a part, he'll think of me. And that's great. That's the kind of connections you want to build. Every time you have an audition, every time you have a casting job, you want to make sure that you are building strong, solid work, and you leave them thinking of you as a good actor. You don't want to burn bridges, and you don't want to make people angry. Another thing I learned is that acting is really a process. It's fun, but it is hard work. Like, you're just going to spend time watching acting videos, learn a lot about acting, research a lot about acting, practice all the time, not all the time, but an hour a day, film yourself, practice, take a clip and, try to copy it. There's a lot of things that you can do to make yourself better, and you want to do that every single day. And enjoy the process, and enjoy how it makes you feel. Because for me, Honestly, I get excited even when I have an audition. I don't, of course, especially if it's something that I really care about, I get sad if I don't get the part. Um, and if I have a bad audition, sometimes an audition really bombs, and it sucks. But I don't. All of it makes me stronger and better, and that's the thing I love about acting, is that I'm always excited the next day to get up and go and practice. So, if this is what you really, really want to do, then go for it. You know, it's not this big hard thing. You just have to be smart, and you have to know what you're doing, and you have to really be committed to work on it in the long term. Trust yourself, trust your abilities. Don't let anybody say you're not good. You know, make yourself better. Prove, you don't have to prove to them, but prove to yourself that you are an amazing actor. I mean, there's a kind of actors who just like, oh yeah, I'm amazing, but you're not really so amazing. And then there are the kind of people who actually go and they practice and they get better every day, and that's the kind of person you want to be. Do acting for the enjoyment of it, not for the fame, not for the accolades or the respect, because people aren't always gonna, even like famous people, sometimes they're not as famous as they once were, or maybe they're not happy with their famosity. I just made up a word right there. But like, it's just important to understand who you are as an actor and go after your dreams. And remember, your dreams can't be based on other people. Fame is based on other people. Fame isn't really a tangible thing. It's kind of all made up. A dream could be a working actor, or be an actor who does theater, or even be a main character actor, or an actor who writes their own play. Oh, Connor says hi. Hi, Connor. He's the guy I did my first collab with. If you go watch what's it called? 10 or 13 audition tips. He is the kid with tons of helpful advice. Guys should go check out his channel and stuff. Just throwing that out there. Okay, but anyway, I'm gonna go on now to answering your questions. And because I promised you guys I was going to do an acting Q&A, and it's been bugging me that I haven't been doing it. So now I'm just going to find your videos, your questions, and answer them. Okay. A lot of you guys have been asking me about the Disney open call. All right. The Disney open call is now closed. It's been closed since like the end of August or something, so it's not open. You can't submit anymore. But don't feel too bad, because usually they have open calls and things every year. So just stay tuned to their website. The website is in the description of that video where I talked about the Disney open call. Stay tuned to that website. Get the Disney Applause app, because that's how I found out about the Nicki Minaj audition and the Disney open call audition. So, and I always try to let you guys know if a big audition is coming up. So stay tuned to my channel, stay tuned to those websites, and you'll know. But the Nicki Minaj audition was closed like 2 days ago, and the Disney open call audition has been closed for like a really long time. All right, second question is from Nene B, and she asks, how old am I? And I don't know if anyone can guess, but I am 14. See, sorry, I'm being silly. And how did I get the, okay, I talked about that one. A lot of people ask me what websites do I use to find auditions. Okay, I use I use Actors Access sometimes, so it's Actors with an S and then Access, ACCESS.com. You can set up a profile for free. You can upload 2 headshots for free, and you can make your resume for free. But when you submit, it costs $2, which isn't too bad. I don't know. It depends on where you are, but I can afford that. Or you can do the yearly thing, which costs $67 or $68, and you get like extra bonus fun stuff. But I use that for more important. They have like more important auditions. Like there's been like a DreamWorks audition thing, and like I've Disney thing on there that I've seen. So theirs is really, really good, but you're less like, they expect like, it's not quite as open to beginners. So usually the people on there are extremely professional. They've worked for years and have glamorous headshots. So it might not, it's great to start with, but you know, you have to remember, on Actors Access, they really want professional people, sort of, depending on the casting call. Let's see. Oh yeah, I also use Backstage, and like that's how I got the acting job. And I use this website for my city, and that has a whole bunch of auditions just locally for me. And I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, just because, you know, but that's how I get a lot of auditions. I sometimes post auditions on there, and people will submit to me for there. Ashley asks me, how did I feel about working with you? Well, I felt awesome working with Ashley. Let's see. Me and Ashley did we were in the movie Camp Tough Love together, and the trailer is in my channel. If you scroll down in movies and trailers, you can find the trailer for Camp Tough Love. It should be coming out this year. It's in post-production. We finished filming, so you guys should definitely go check that out. The websites and Facebook pages are all in the description of that video. But it was great working with you. You're so much fun. Like the only person who, you know, I really connected with you. So that was a lot of fun. The question is, how did you feel about working with me? Haha. Anyway, all right. Next question. Do I get my jobs from my agent or open casting calls? Oh, and you have a wonderful channel, new subscriber. Thank you, Pink Pingo. That's a really cool name. So my agent. I have gotten a couple of casting calls from my agent, but they were very vague about it. And honestly, ever since I declined the talent showcase, I don't know. You know what? I don't want to say too much because I don't want to burn bridges, so I'm just going to leave it at that. What Crystal Aguilar says, sorry if I messed up your name. What can I do if there are no auditions where I live? Okay. This one's always a bit difficult because I know I have a friend who there's not as many auditions where she lives, and there's a lot of places like that. I mean, especially more rural places. The more rural you live, the harder it is to find auditions. Well, there's a couple of things you can do. You can ask your parents how far they're willing to drive for auditions. You know, that's how, I mean, I don't live in Chicago, so I had to ask my mom, and she had to be willing to drive me like 3 hours, so 6 hours total there and back, for my acting job. So maybe there's some parents who are willing to do that, especially if it's paying, because the money the money I got paid for was more than enough. So you should ask your parents if maybe they'll let you submit to auditions that are maybe 3, 4, 5 hours away. It kind of depends on the parent. You can also, this is hard, try getting an agency, and they should know all about the auditions in your state. So hopefully they can help you find more auditions closer to you, especially in your state, so you don't have to travel like 4 or 5 hours. Maybe it'll just be 2 or 3. You can try auditioning for theater and local stuff where you are, so it won't be quite as, because usually theater and community college theater is more common. So if you audition for those things, you're more likely to be able to keep on working, keep on acting while you try to find auditions where you are. Another thing that you can do is submit to open calls or online auditions, because there are some, especially I found a lot of them where they don't want you to actually go. All they want you is to, these are more like usually reality stuff. So what they want you to do is just send a video of you talking about something that you like or talking about yourself, send it in, and they're going to use that for their commercial or whatever. That is also something that you can do. My friend Carissa Michelle. She did that for one of her YouTube videos. She had a casting call, and she had girls talk about who they wanted to be when they grow up, and they auditioned, and you can put that on your resume. I had a casting call like that, where it was like a music video casting call thing, and you don't have to actually travel. I just wanted you to send in a video of yourself dancing or doing your talent, and I was going to use that in the video. So there are some things like that. I hope that helps, because I totally get how you feel, especially if you don't live in LA, Chicago, Atlanta. Those places, you're going to have a hard time. Let's see. Lulu X Lulu asks, on the Backstage, the website, can you apply or submit for a short independent film without an agent? I have a headshot and resume, but I can't get an agent yet. So can I apply without an agent? And yes, you can totally apply on Backstage, Actors Access, most places, most websites. If you can see it, you can usually apply without an agent. The ones that they only want agents to apply to, they'll only send it to the agency, so they won't send it to you, and you can't see it. But if they have it on their website, you can totally send it without an agent. So my agent isn't on Backstage, but I could still submit to the, yes, you can still submit, because if you don't submit without an agent, if they have to have an agent, usually agents won't sign you until you have like a couple of short films and stuff on your resume. So it would be like a catch-22 if you couldn't audition for a short film without an agent, and an agent wouldn't sign you without a short film. So it doesn't work like that, which is awesome. You can totally be in short films and stuff before you sign with an agency. So those are all the questions on this video. I think I had some other questions somewhere else. Let's see. I think this was maybe, whoa. Okay. Someone asked me, do you have to pay an agency money? And no, guys, no. Please never pay an agent money. They are supposed to get money from the jobs that you get, and you shouldn't have to pay them for acting classes and things like that. Let's see. Trying to find your questions. You guys can also leave questions over here, so that can be shared, so that way you guys can I want to see your questions. I really do, because that will help me know what you guys want to hear. You can also leave what kind of videos you want me to do, that kind of stuff. Let me see. You know what? Let me go. I get a lot of questions on my Disney casting call video, so I'll look at that one. Which like went viral, which was like, whoa! Oh my gosh, it was amazing. Let's see. Sorry. How old am I? I already answered that one. I don't know for sure if they're announcing winners for the Disney Casting Hall thing. It really doesn't sound like they are. So I wouldn't know if they actually are. But, you know, if they are, do tell me. I would love to know, but I don't really think so. All right. I don't think there's going to be anything on there. How to be a teen actor. You guys should go check out my videos while you're at it. Okay. A film reel. What is a film reel? Now, I didn't know what a film reel was, but these are film. I don't even have one yet, just because you have to work and you have to do like a couple of short films before you get enough footage for your film reel. A film reel is basically basically a 1 to 2 to 3 minute clip of all of your all the not the movies that you've been in, close-up shots of you acting. So sometimes in a scene, you know how they'll do like over the shoulder shots. So it'll be the camera will be right here, and it's looking at the other person. So if you were that other person that the camera is looking at and you're talking straight to the camera, that's the kind of clips that they want on your film reel. And what the film reel is supposed to do is it's supposed to help casting directors see, one, what you sound like, two, what kind of part you play, if you'd be right for the role, and three, how good your acting is. So especially on Actors Access, because Actors Access has a lot more professionals. They want film reel. They'll say submit a demo reel. It's called a demo reel more commonly. Submit a demo reel if possible, and they want that stuff. They don't want to see you in a demo reel. You shouldn't have like clips of you running around, or you with a person who looks just like you, because you don't want a scene like that. Because if you have those kind of scenes, then the casting director will also be looking at that other person to see if the casting director might be confused about who you are. But that's basically the basics of what a film reel is. It's a minute clip combining all of the good shots of you from all your movies and independent films and short films and student films and stuff, and combining all of that, and it kind of shows the casting directors who you are. So I don't have them yet, but what I do instead is I send in a monologue from my YouTube channel, and I use that as my film reel. And that actually helps, especially on Backstage. Not so much Actors Access, because on Actors Access you have to upload it for the casting director to click on it. But on Backstage it helps because I can just upload one of my YouTube videos, and I think that helps. Let's see. If you guys have any questions, don't be afraid to leave them, because this isn't going away. I have this like weird pop-up thing, and now it's blocking my screen. Let's see. We've talked about my acting job. Let's see. What time is it? How much time do I have left? I don't even know. Whoa. Okay. Alrighty. It kind of sounds like it's time for me to be wrapping up. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave comments below, especially with questions. What video do you want me to do next? I'm going to start getting back on the film thing. On the YouTube thing, because I love talking to you guys. I love sharing what I know. So don't forget to leave questions, comments, things to make it better. Yeah, I'm kind of happy about all the progression that my acting career is. It's kind of taking off, and now I'm heading in the right direction and working where I am, and hopefully one of these days I can maybe move out to a place where there are more auditions or there's more opportunities. But for now, I'm just happy working where I am, auditioning, that kind of stuff. So I wish you guys all the best of luck. Keep on watching my channel, because I'll keep on posting videos just for you. I hope that you guys will be able to act your best and become the best actor, or even the best person that you can be. If this channel helps you become a better person, I'm all for it. Alrighty, I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys next time. Ciao.